Good morning and welcome to another video. I've just parked up at the Barley car park. So if you know Barley, you know today I'm going to be climbing Pendle Hill. Car park wasn't too bad, £3 for all day parking. Don't mind paying that at all. It's a little windy, so if it's windy down here, it's going to be windy up there. I think it'll take me maybe 2 to 3 hours. Take my time, have a brew. Not been here before. Always wanted to do Pendle Hill, all because when I go to the lakes and when I do the Yorkshire Three Peaks, you always pass it and always looks dead prominent. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I've got the route downloaded on my Garmin watch, but by all accounts it's pretty straightforward. Just left the just swing you around so I can explain. So I just left the car park over there, and there's some toilets and a little cafe, and just follow the path down, brings to this bridge here. Pub on the left there, the Pendle Inn. So I might pop in there on the way back. Follow the path down. And if you can see it, I'm using my Garmin for navigation. So I've downloaded the route. But that's where we're going up there. Might be a bit better to see there. Well, yeah, really looking forward to it. Like I said, I always wanted to do this one. Just never got round to getting it done. So yeah, I'll try and record a lot of it. And if I get up there, record it. But yeah, really looking forward to it. From what I've read and see on videos, walk starts out pretty nice, pretty flat, but then very quickly becomes quite a sharp incline, which is fine. Don't mind that at all. That's what we do it for. But yeah, so far it's a straight road, and I'll bring you back when anything changes. So after you've been walking maybe a minute or so, you come to a sort of path. It's well signposted. Just to follow the road up, and you get to this path here. Black Moss and Sculpture Trail that way, or Pendle Hill that way, and that's one we want. I mean, as you walk up to Pendle Hill, as you see it looks really imposing. I think it's 556 metres in height, which I suppose is pretty high, but I think that means it's not classed as a mountain. I think you have to be at 600 metres to be officially classed as a mountain. So we're about 44 metres short of it being a mountain. Into a kissing gate here. You just keep your dogs on the lead. There's a north here. How would you like it if I bagged my sheep shit and hung it from your garden fence or gate? Take your dog shit home, you know it makes sense. Quite a funny sign, buddies. He's got a point. You're going to bring your dogs. Make sure you clean up after them and you take it with you and put it in a bin. I hate those who just hang it on a gate. Don't get that at all. Started being able to see the walk now. Quick look back. That's a nice little bridge here. think we're going left. Yeah. Left Pendle Hill circular walk. Little place, ice cream for dogs. So if you bring your dogs and you want to treat them, lovely little place there. I think we're going left up here. Follow the footpath. Suppose that makes sense. This way to Pendle Hill, through the gate, off we go. So I didn't realise, but there's a bit of a story behind Pendle Hill. Now I'm not going to try and get all the facts right because I don't know all the facts. But apparently it's one of the most haunted places in the UK, or allegedly one of the most haunted places in the UK. Something about witches roam the hill because hundreds of years ago, I'm going to say 1610, but I might be wrong with that day, 9 or 10 people were hung on the allegation of witchcraft. So rumour has it that all those who were hung now roam the fells. And there's been lots of ghostly goings on top of the fells. So yeah, if I see anything I'll let you know. Yeah, something to do about, there's a man who's travelling from Halifax and on a lane around here bumped into a girl. She was begging and she asked him for a pin. And he refused to give it to her because she had no money. And then this man collapsed and was in a bad way, and he accused this girl of putting a spell on him. So in a nutshell, his son came over and he told him the story of this girl, how she put a spell on him, and that's how it started. She said that the spell came from 2 women who have been practicing witchcraft. And long story short, there were 9 or 10 people who were practicing witchcraft, and they dug up bodies from the local church and got teeth and bones. Anyway, they all met a grisly death, all except one. She had a lot of money, so she was able to buy her way out. So there you have it. I probably got some facts wrong with that, but in a nutshell, that's what happened. So I'm going to spin you around. So it's a pretty straightforward path so far. A little muddy at the bottom, but with all the rain we've been having, we don't expect anything less, to be honest. But let's just have a look around. The view's already started opening up. I mean, I'm hoping the rain stays away. Looks really nice now, to be fair. Forecast was for heavy showers in the morning, but then to clear. So it was 11 o'clock when I got here and those showers look like they've gone. It's not an issue if it rains. I've got my waterproof jacket in my bag. If I get cold, I've got some down jackets in my bag. Gloves, hat. I'm wearing the gloves actually. It's a bit chilly. So yeah, prepared for all weathers. No matter what the forecast says, always be prepared for all showers. Just trying to navigate the mud, as I said before. There we go. Here we go. This looks a bit better. It's that kind of start to get a sense of how steep it is, to be fair. Just jumping across there. Oh dear. I've taken the high path. I'm beginning to think that was a bad idea. Because that path down there looks a bit better now. But anyway, you do start to see where we're going there. So that's Pendle Hill there. It's one of those where on the camera I don't think it looks as steep, but when you're here, believe me, it is steep. Looking on the Old Trails map, there's a couple of routes up. We're kind of going round, we're anti-clockwise, so we're going to go around kind of the outside of it. See if I can. And we're going to go up there and then follow it across. But you can just go straight up the middle, I believe. But I'm not doing that today. What I am going to do is try and make my way down off this muddy path and get to that one down there. Hope I don't fall. Yeah. So yeah, it should be a really nice walk. Got some snacks along the way. Got myself a brew in the rucksack. When I get to the top, have a nice coffee. So I've got to say so far, the path's really easy to navigate, easy to follow. Like I said, I've only been walking about 10-15 minutes. Plenty of running water if you need to top up. So I've only been walking about 15-20 minutes, and already you can see the views opening up. There's Pendle Hill behind me. What I'll try and do, you can start to make out the path to the top, I think. But yeah, so far really good route, really good path. Really enjoyed it. Great views. The weather's been really nice. Paths are brilliant so far. Nice gravel paths. It's hard to tell, but you can kind of make out the path up, I think. So you can kind of start to make the path out now. So we're going to follow this gravel track here. I think there's your path up there, and it goes right-ish, zigzags, so you make your way to the top, and then along, and I think we come out somewhere over there. What I'm going to have to do in a minute though is take some layers off. I'm wearing this Borealis jacket. Underneath it I've got a fleece and a Rab base layer. It's keeping me really warm, so I think what I'll do is I'll take the fleece off, I'll leave the Borealis jacket on, purely because it's going to be windy, so I just want something to take that wind off. Look at those views. Like I said, pretty imposing hill. Can't see the mountain, because it's 4 metres short. So I'm just going to turn you around. I'm going to follow these steps up here. A very hilly hill. Again, because of all the rain we've been having, you wouldn't need to bring any water with you. If you've got a water filter, you could just bring your water filter and use it. Saves you carrying it all the way up. That's better. Cooled down a bit because I've stopped for a couple of minutes. But we'll soon warm up again, going up these steps. The good thing about these Rab Borealis jackets is they're dead stretchy, so it makes it really easy getting them on and getting them off. A few people ask me when I come walking, what do I wear? Kind of changes. I'll check the weather forecast, but I pack everything, so I always start off with a synthetic t-shirt, then I'll have my Rab base layer on, and then depending on the weather I wear my Rab fleece, and then I'll see how I am. 9 times out of 10 I start walking, I take that Rab fleece off, it's just too warm. So guys, just over halfway up, and I'm not going to lie, this is a steep climb. It's just up, up and up. Reminds me of when I did Scarfell. If anything, it's a bit tougher. Oof. Been lucky with the weather though. Look at the views. Brilliant. Like they're not far now. But yeah, it's a steep one. Short but steep, I think. Although I'll say about the weather, looks a bit grey up there. We'll see. I think at the top, not where the trig point is, but when you get to the top, I think there's a shelter. So when I get there, I'll sit down, have a brew with a view, and have something to eat. Quite busy today as well, or maybe I just timed it wrong and set off when others did, but not fair now. So after, I would say 20 minutes of non-stop walking, you kind of get to the top. You're not quite there yet, but you've reached the reach, so to speak, so you'll just carry on walking up there. We just look at the views all around. Absolutely beautiful. Really nice. And on a clear day, when I get to the summit, I'll have a look, but you can see the Irish Sea. And I'm hoping you can see the Yorkshire Three Peaks. You can see Penigent, Ingleborough and Whernside. Just going to take you to the, see where, or show you, not take you, just show you where we've come from. There. So I'm just going to swing you around now. So yeah, when you get to the top, you can go through the wall, and that's it. I don't know where it takes you. I did look on my old trails route, but I don't know. But we're going to go left and basically just follow the path. So I think you come across a shelter first, where you can have something to eat and drink, which I think I'll do. And then that goes on to the trig point. Then you make your way back down. I was talking about the weather, how it's been kind, but it's just started hailing a little bit. So I'm hoping that kind of quickly blows over. And talking about the Yorkshire Three Peaks, I think I can see them. I can certainly see what it looks like Penigent. Wind's picking up now. spin you around. So if you go that way, it takes you to the trig point. What I'm going to do is just make my way here, this little shelter, and have myself something to eat. Mrs. Miller's kindly made me some cheese and chicken butties. She's done me a flask. And I've got some hobnob bars, some snow, probably more sleet than snow if I'm honest with you. But it's funny, I've not seen any sleet or snow on the way up here, but go up an extra few hundred yards and you start to see it. You can see the trig point over there, I think. But I was about to say I'll sit down, but maybe not. You might not be able to pick up on the camera, but it's just started hailing, only lightly. Obviously it's a bit windy up here. I'm going to give myself a brew. I'm going to put my Gore-Tex jacket on. Good about this also, as well as being waterproof, it's windproof as well. So I'll take that edge off. Got myself a couple of new mugs as well. Kelly kettle. One fits inside the other, which is ideal. Oh, look at that. Love that. Nice brew. With the view. Pendle Hill. It's a tough little hill. Like I say, it's not cold. Obviously I'm sheltered a little bit from the wind. It is hailing ever so slightly. I don't feel cold at all. Obviously that rab jacket helps. And this Gore-Tex mountain equipment, I think it is. Yeah, mountain equipment, a gar wheel. Mountain equipment gar wheel Gore-Tex jacket. Kept me dry in all weathers. Okay, I just left that little shelter now, had myself something to drink and a little hobnob bar, so I'm feeling a lot better, a bit more refreshed. I'm going to make my way to the trig point now, and then make my way back down. Very easy path to follow. As you can see, that's a shelter that I've just come from. So you come up there with the Barleys, got something to eat there. And then you're back on the walk. Wind's picking up a little bit now, but really recommend this walk, especially if you want to get into hiking and you don't know where to start and it's relatively local to you. It's a nice introduction to what I would call hiking at height, or hiking with a bit of elevation, if that makes sense. I know it doesn't, but it's a tough climb. But bear in mind, it's a tough climb if you do it without stopping. Take breaks, like I said, it's probably 20 minutes non-stop, or 20 minutes for myself, maybe a touch longer actually. We've got to bear in mind I didn't stop, so do it in 5-minute intervals. So walk for 5 minutes, stop, have a quick drink, and then start again. And if you do it like that, before you know it, you'll be at the top. Like I said, you've got a shelter there. The other thing I'd just advise is make sure you pack the relevant clothing, you know, a good pair of boots, although the path isn't too bad to be fair, so you know, if you want to wear trainers, if you're comfortable with trainers, that's fine. But certainly warm clothing, waterproof jacket. Like I said, lower down I was hot. As I've got to the top here, it's quite windy as you would expect. and I'm currently wearing a t-shirt, a thin base layer, the Brad Borealis jacket, and my mountain equipment Gore-Tex jacket. I'm perfectly fine, but if you came up in, if you looked at the weather and thought the sun's out, and you came in just to say a thin jacket, one, you might get cold on top, but two, if it started raining, it's going to be a miserable walk. I mean, you're not far from the village itself, so you back down pretty quickly, but you want to be enjoying the walk, don't you? So that's the only thing I'd say. Just pack the relevant clothing and a brew. Always something to look forward to. If you've got a nice brew or a nice cup of tea, that's always something to look forward to. That's what I think anyway. So yeah, highly recommend it. A couple of reservoirs. There's a circular walk you can do, which include them. I won't be doing that today, but at some point I'll come back and do that circular walk. It's going to be lovely. 3 reservoirs up there, a couple there. We can come from just down there. Or if we can zoom in or focus in. Parked up at the car park down there. Just made our way through the fields. A lovely little walk. Getting a bit misty on top. As you can see over there. Weather's not looking the best. But I think that time that comes in, I'll be back down. So we're at the top of Pendle Hill. Windy, blustery. Really nice walk though. Really nice views all around. Really, really good walk. I recommend it. Spin you around. View's not great, but then that's not taking. Really nice that way. So just coming down from Pendle Hill now. A couple of minutes from the summit, and would I recommend it? Absolutely. Even if you're used to going to the lakes or the Peak District and you maybe overlook Pendle Hill, highly recommend it. Just put my hood up, just because that wind's really picked up. My hat's in my bag and I can't really put my bag down. The hood on the Borealis jacket, Gore-Tex hood. Does a good enough job. But yeah, as I was saying, really recommend it. Good for the family. The paths are easy to follow, you can't really go wrong. Still recommend it. Bringing some form of navigation out. Today obviously I've used the Garmin watch, it's never let me down. And I also download the route on, or download the route off All Trails and OS Maps, because when I got here you get no signal, so I highly recommend if you're going to use your phone for navigation, use OS Maps or All Trails, download so you can use it offline. It just means that if you don't get any signal you can still follow the route because your GPS will still work. I do that on any walk I go on. I've got my Garmin watch which I use, I download the route to that, but I also download any route which I do from All Trails and OS Maps to my phone so I can follow it even if I lose my signal. And also on the back of that I bring a power bank just in case I lose my battery, or so I say run out of battery, I can charge my phone. And even though it's probably a bit overkill for this, I have got me is all your satellite communicator, so God forbid I got into any difficulty and I've got no signal and I need help, I can let friends and family know what's happened, and I can call the emergency services via the Zolio satellite communicator. But yeah, cracking walk, highly recommend it. Just around. Heading back down now. It's strange though how that weather can change just like that. Like I said, on the way up here there was hardly any wind whatsoever, sun was shining, and in space of about 10-15 minutes it's just changed, hasn't it? So hence why I talk about the clothing. It's important that you bring the right clothing, especially layers. You know, like nice warm fleece, and certainly a down jacket to keep you warm, although I'm not wearing mine at the moment, and a Gore-Tex. It doesn't have to be Gore-Tex, but I prefer Gore-Tex waterproof jacket. Anyway, we're just turning around now, making our way back down. So I think I take the path to the left. So there, again, I'm following the purple line, the red's where I've come from. And that's what's good about the Garmin. It gives me turn-by-turn navigation, so I can't really go wrong. And again, it looks like the path down is really good as well. Look over the edge there. I'm not going to get too far over. Not because I'm scared of falling, but I don't want to lose the phone. Oh. And just like that the wind goes. So just dropping down that 10 metres and the wind just vanishes. So yeah, strange how that happens. I suppose it's self-explanatory really, on top of a hill, a very big hill. But yeah, cracking views. Really enjoyed this one. Really enjoyed it. So as I was saying before about how the weather can change, like I said, down at the car park, sunny, it's just started hailing. So by the time I got my camera out to start recording to show you, it's eased off a bit. But so I don't know if you can pick on the camera, but it's hailing. So just going back to what I was saying, it's important that you pack the relevant gear, even if you don't think you're not going to need it, you might do. And I know it's an obvious saying, but it's better having it and not needing it than needing it and not having it. And I have done that before. So just pack a rain jacket and a down jacket as well. And they don't have to be expensive. I mean, I picked I've got two down jackets, one from Decathlon which cost me £60, and the other one was from Sports Pursuit. That cost me £80. The jacket I'm wearing now, the Gore-Tex waterproof, that was a bit more expensive, and that was £160. But yeah, just a polite reminder, like the weather can change very quickly, so just make sure you pack something which is going to keep you nice and warm and dry. We look up there, so that's where I've just come from, and it's really grey skies up there. So I would imagine it's probably raining up there. So yeah, don't want to preach, but yeah, make sure you pack something relevant. Make sure you eat and drink regularly as well. It's easy to keep walking, and before you know it, you lack energy and you stop. So far, a lot of the path I've come down are these well laid gravel paths. They kind of zigzag at the moment to make the walk not as steep, but a neat, really easy path down to follow. So like I said, good one with the kiddies. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see those people in the distance, just the bottom, that's where we're going, and then just following that path down there back towards the village. That sleet I was on about, it's now turned to a bit of rain. But we're at the bottom nearly, or certainly at the bottom of what I would call the high cup. There's it behind me. So, and I've only been literally walking 5 minutes. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is it goes to show how steep the walk up is and the walk down is. And when I say steep, it's not dangerous steep. It's not like you can fall over and roll down. It's just a steep walk up and a relatively steep walk down. So really good workout as well. If you're doing training, if you're training for the Yorkshire Three Peaks or the National Three Peaks, or any long walk, it's a cracking walk to do. Not necessarily just once. Like I said, you're up and down before you know it. But certainly, if you want to get a good walk in, if you went up and down moving this circular route twice over, I mean, you're probably going to do about 1,000 metres of climbing. I have to check that, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure how much elevation you'll get, because even though it's 540 metres or 556 metres, I think, in height, you just obviously start at a certain height as well. So that doesn't mean just because Pendle Hill's that height, it doesn't mean you have height that high, if that makes sense, because you probably start from a certain elevation as well. So swing you around. Now you meet the path which we started walking up. So it's like a circular route. I'll just show you. So I came from up there, and then the circular I'll take you through that gate, and you make your way up those steps, and you kind of, with my fingers, you go up there to there, and then you follow it along there, and then you come down there and down this path here and back to here. A cracking walk. Really cracking today. Easy signpost as well. You can't really go wrong. I certainly wouldn't recommend coming here at any navigation. It's not on your phone like I said before. You can't really go wrong, but also it's always busy. There's always other walkers. So, like I said, it's pretty chilly morning, or was a chilly morning today, and there's plenty of people going up and down. Yeah, cracking walk.